That was a challenging venture, but I think I got through it.
We seek Dom Dobru, a true home.
2 heads. Old tales are told of such trolls who lurk in the shadows of the northern mountains. Never have I dreamt to see one, but then, never had I dreamt that Zaruka would come back here. And yet, it is clear, we alone do not seek to claim this place. These orcs, these hobgoblins, this 2-headed troll sought the mine for wealth and not shelter, treasure for some master or cause we know not of. It's troubling, Pineleaf. We must guard ourselves well. We must watch our backs. And I must decide what to do with this little trinket. Not bad. I looked through Glimmerdeep for evidence related to that dragon you're talking about.
Greetings, friend.
Ah, so you returned. And you've taken notes. Good, good. Let me see. Well then, we might well conclude that the dragon Etterfang fled into the caves and tunnels of burrowing spiders deep within the mountain. Okay. Whatever that does. Now, what else do I need to do? Oh, I have some gems I have to turn in, right? Helder Orogai found the meat and firewood you needed.
By my grandsire's beard.
You've done us a great service, Pineleaf. I wish I could offer you more in return, but I have told you all there is to tell. Nori and his company continued onward to Thikogundu without us, but not long after the Zoruka arrived. I have known the Zoruka to embellish their tales, but there are often hints of truth within them. There are many Zoruka in Skarnhold. Perhaps a few among them will have the answers that you seek. Alright, I'll see what I can do. And what kind of information I can pry from them. Hail there, Agatur. I found these gems off the orcs in the Glimmerdeep.
There is much to be done.
I see these gems, well tarnished, could be quite valuable in the hands of a skilled gem cutter. I will give the Thoruka only 1 gem, and tell them there is more where this came from in the Glimmerdeep. Alright. Very well. Now let's see if I can find those. Ah, hello there. You think you could tell me about what's been happening here recently related to the dwarves? There's a chill in the air. I do not think the Longbeard slews the old cold drake. Well then. Ah, so you're saying that the chill is related to the cold drake. Well, I guess it's possible. Of course, we are also north and up in the mountains, and it's not quite summer yet, so there could be other explanations. Hello there. I was wondering if there's anything you could tell me that's been happening here. I have heard tales of strange dwarves wandering in the night. It's nonsense. Strange dwarves. Well, I suppose you have a different definition of strange. Good day. I was wondering if you've heard any rumors lately concerning other types of dwarves. That is no business of yours, Hobbit. Hello there. I was wondering if you heard any rumors related to any strange dwarves in the area. I have not a lot on my mind, but I'll not share it with you. Right. No, well. Hello there, have you heard any rumors about strange dwarves in the area? The Rust Warrior walks among the mountains. That is all I know. Well, I think I already knew about that. Oh yeah, he's an annoyance. Hello there, have you heard any rumors about strange dwarves in the area? It is said that a shadow has fallen on Dolmech, but I do not know the truth of it. Well, that's not promising. Hello, Dory. I haven't gotten much information yet, unless something I've heard so far is of use to you. Yeah, Only a few Longbeards remain in Skarnhold, and ignoring the rest of the expedition, went to Menagrun to Thickelgundul. Yeah. Vithug Wintermine and the strange dwarves are wandering in the night. Yeah, and Karazgar. Strange dwarves? The Zoruka have called the Longbeards many things in many tongues, but I've never known them to call us strange. I wonder what the truth of that tale oh no. It can't be Dourhands, could it be? If Nori and his expeditions have traveled to Thickelgundul by the way of the Man Akrun, he will have passed through Oinsbridge. It is there we must go. Oinsbridge. It is time, Pineleaf. We have spent long enough in the ruins of Tharzar. While I and the others set out on the journey to Oinsbridge, I would ask that you speak to Ingor, son of Vikun. I have felt many eyes upon us here, and I fear that my attempt at deception has not gone unnoticed. And so, I would have you tell Ingor that I seek my brother Nori. It is the truth, and it should put his mind at ease. I seek not for wealth or glory, only for my lost kin. When that is done, ride to Oinsbridge. It is there we will reunite and take our next step. Oinsbridge lies to the south beyond the forest, but the Thornholt is home to many dangers. Do not stray from the dark road. Wonderful. Find Ingor. I wonder who he can be. Hello there, Ingor. It's good to see you again, Pineleaf. I do hope my kinsfolk have held their tongues in regards to your cambrada companions. From what Dory has told me, Noth and Dreary and the rest of their kinfolk knew great hardship in Mordor before they came to dwell in the Lonely Mountain. Enough hardship, I think, that mere insults would do naught to wound them. Perhaps I am not so resilient, but I find the greatest insult to be dishonesty. Tell me, Pineleaf, have you had any luck in finding heirlooms of the Longbeards, or have you come to tell me the truth of Dory's little expedition? What do you truly seek? Dory seeks his brother Nori, who traveled into the Grey Mountains against the will of the King of the Mountain. I see. Perhaps I've judged Dory too harshly. There's a byword among the Zoruka. Its true meaning cannot be shared, but it speaks of one who is governed by a doomed obsession. Those unlucky few seek the citadel. For Dory's sake, I hope his brother does not seek the citadel. You may go, Pineleaf. May you find Nori before death or madness takes him. Very well. But I have other things to do. I need to speak to Durin again, and I think he wanted me to find some scales, didn't he? I think I know where to find Durin now, but it looks like they've updated the postings a little bit. The air is thin up here. They all said it. You might be able to see further than the lowlands, but the thin air makes it harder to hear the sounds far away, especially with the wind whistling among the rocks the way it does. I didn't hear the hawks until it was nearly too late. They flew down from the heights, clawing and scratching, trying to get to my eyes. My hands are covered with scratches, but at last I kept my eyes. At least I did. Yes, for now anyway. For now, cursed birds. I will give a reward to any who slay the grey hawks of Eredmithrin, especially the largest and foulest of them, Keen Claw I have named him. He will never have my eyes, no matter how much he desires to dine upon them. Yee, yikes. That's nasty. What does this one say? Gristlefell. Who among you has not known the fear of a bear's call in the woods? It is a warning to keep away, a distant threat. But it is different here in Eredmithrin. Here the Lothbear will give you little notice of his ire. Before you know it, you are hunted, and it is upon you, its red eyes full of hate, its sharp teeth slavering. Of all the Lothbears that prowl these mountains, none is more dangerous than the one named Gristlefell. A reward to any who can bring him down along the others of his sloth. And let's see. Holkorm. We Zaruka prize our claim to these mountains, but the rocky cliffs are home to others less noble denizens. The Mithrin worms claim them as well, and I do not willingly surrender their hold. Strike them down, and show we are as ever to be feared. But I urge caution in one respect. Worms of reddish, coppery hue will put up a fight, but can be bested. But if you see a worm with ice blue scales, you may have found Holkorm, more ferocious than these others. He may be a worm of a different brood. I cannot be certain. I offer a reward to any who can rid these mountains of Holkorm and thin the ranks of the Mithrin worms that threaten our expedition. I wonder if any of these worms have the scales that are being sought by Diren. Well, maybe not. But I could at least thin a few hawks and worms as I think about it. And maybe I'll find those scales. Maybe I'll find those worms as I look for Diren. Alright, let's see. No, where did he go? This gap looks interesting. Is this the way to Stormwall? No. Part of the Bitter Scar. Oh yes, this place. And it is getting cold here in the first place. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. This might be a kind of place where that worm we're looking for may want to live. I just want to make sure he's I think he is here. Very well. Let's see how well he fights. At least of course I won't have to worry about him anymore if I manage to win. And if I manage to lose, well, they won't have to worry about me anymore, right? Well, that is of course unless I run or something like that, but that's an entirely different matter. Yeah. One less worm to worry about. Now, I still need to find a way in order to find Dory. No, sorry, Diren, not Dory. I'm supposed to meet Dury at a bridge. Perhaps this is the path to the Stormwall. And we're right next to Skarnhold, and I've taken a couple of looks at this area before. Well, we've got hawks here. Dead dwarves. So there are things going on around here. The question is what I seek over here. And what I seek are, well, there's During.
I sense the presence of dragonkind very near to us.
We should exercise caution, for I sense the presence of dragonkind nearby. They may have roosted within Stormwall and increased in number. I am still waiting for hatchling wings and burning scales, but these canyons seem to have more than enough of each of them for our purposes. This is where I'm supposed to get those things. Well, I'll get those scales for you. I hope. I've got plenty of wings. Oh, hold on. What's this? A frozen page.
With iron fists and hammer strong, they ruled a realm of storied song, the glittering mines and glimmering hall, from peerless proud, the far Gathor.
The Bargathal. Alright, and up here, well, at least I think I'll finish up with these hawks. That would be good news. And then one more of those. I think I'll reach the quota asked for there. So I still need to find the master one. And yes, no, you can't have my eyes! Ooh. Salamanders. Do these have the scales that Durin is looking for? Ooh. And look at this. Fireworms. Fire drakes. Yeah, exact. This is what Durin was talking about. I was wondering, where do you find fire drakes in this place? Well, I think I found them. Hey, do you have any scales I can take? Well, he certainly has the burning part of it. Yeah, definitely a fire drake. Maybe the worms have good scales. Well, I suppose if you're able to fly, you can't have as strong as scales that, well, maybe the great dragons do, but they must have some other. How do great dragons fly? Certainly can't have too much armor there, right? Hey, this is hot. You know that's hot? There you go. I think I found it. Ooh, I need to cool off. I think I've got all the skills you need.
The fortress of Stormwall has been abandoned for an age.
But at its height it was known for its riches. The dwarves who dwelt there made fine work in gold and silver. But it was the very reputation that brought out their downfall. Rumor of their treasure drew the attention of dragons, and the dwarves were driven out. This would be the straight way to the Stormwall, but I see that the stairs have collapsed. To reach the old fortress, we would need to brave the canyons, and if I remember my maps right, the cliffs and gullies to the approach to the Stormwall are certain to be quite confusing. Perhaps we will return here when we are better supplied. Let us leave this canyon and find the Zaruka. They intended to establish a camp in the old stronghold of Skarnhold, south of here and to the west. It's right there. Yeah, all right, fine. Didn't I just come from Skarnhold? What will Durin find in Skarnhold? What will we find when we finally meet up with Dory? But most of all, what about that wizard in the woods? Maybe some of these will be answered in the next episode of Pineleaf in the North Kingdoms.